Hey, this is Ben from WODprep, and in this video, we're gonna talk about improving your overhead squats. So overhead squats are one of the toughest movements in all of CrossFit and all of functional fitness, especially for beginners. Really quick, if you've been watching my videos and you like what you see, make sure you click this button or just go to that URL or click the link in the description, and I'm gonna send you a bunch of free training. But let's get into overhead squat development. So there's two things I want to talk about today. Number one is bar path, and number two is butt path. Okay, I know it sounds ridiculous, but we're going to talk about it. So number one, the bar path. As we do an overhead squat, a lot of beginners have a tendency to allow the bar to fall forward. So as soon as they squat, they let the bar dump forward, and as you'll see in this video, what happens is as soon as I start to squat, my torso naturally leans forward, and with that natural lean, if I don't allow my shoulders or I don't allow that bar to be pulled back, I actually push the weight forward, and it's just inevitably going to fall down to the floor. So especially when you load the bar with some weight, there's no way you're going to squat properly. So the first tip I want you to think about is assuming that you have mobile shoulders, right? And that's a big assumption. If you don't have mobile shoulders, make sure you spend some time here on YouTube to loosen up those shoulders and get your thoracic spine in a good position where you can do overhead squats. But assuming your mobility is okay, I want you to actively think about pulling the bar back. So all that simply means is I'm activating the middle of my back, I'm activating my shoulders, and I'm pulling the bar back just a little bit so that the barbell actually stays centered over the center of my feet. So it's staying centered over my heels. That's the way some people call it. But I want the barbell to stay centered over my balance point on my body. If I let it fall forward, I'm gonna fall forward. If I pull it too far back, the bar is gonna pull me back and I might fall over. But if you just think about pulling that bar backwards just a little bit, it's gonna help keep you balanced and you'll be able to squat. Point number two, I need to send my butt back. So bar path and butt path. When it comes to butt path, a lot of people have a tendency to squat, and if I put weight overhead and I say go squat, the first thing they do is bend their knees, and that is incorrect. So if I bend my knees first, what happens is I usually end up on my toes. I never engage my posterior chain, and for most people, unless they have really flexible ankles, they fall over, or they end up on their toes, or their knees start to hurt, or they just can't figure out why they don't feel balanced. So if you're feeling weird on your overhead squat and you don't quite have your balance, I want you to think about sending your butt back. Now, I don't mean sending your butt back as in sending your butt back like this and leaning forward. You're not trying to bow to anyone. Instead, I just want you to think about unlocking the hips. I keep my chest proud, and then I lower myself into my squat. So if you've been taught by a coach how to squat, chances are they told you to send your butt back just a little bit to unlock the hips. That is the key to overhead squatting. If you're having issues rising up to your toes, you have the mobility, send your butt back first, and you will find that your overhead squat's gonna get stronger, more stable, and you're gonna have much more balance. So I hope that these two tips help you. Please leave a comment and let me know if they did. Let me know what videos you want me to make, and most importantly, go to WODprep.com if you want to learn more, and I am happy to train you one-on-one for free. I have a lot of really good stuff for you. And second, make sure you click here and go to subscribe to the WODprep YouTube channel. The channel's been growing a lot lately, and I'm really excited for the future. We have a lot of good videos on the way, and make sure thumbs up if you liked the video, thumbs down if you didn't, and I will talk to you next week with more WODprep coaching.